please turn and salute. Take page. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Welcome, everyone. Let the record show that all members are present except for Ms. Moultrie. She had to be out of town on business. So next up on our agenda is to review and approve our council minutes from our last meeting. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes as written? Some have a motion by Mr. Davis. Do I have a second?
Second.
Have a second by Mr. Baker. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposition? Any abstention? Motion carries. Next on the agenda is to approve tonight's agenda as written. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda as written?
So moved.
Have a motion by Ms. Holland. Have a second?
Second.
Have a second by Ms. Baker. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposition? Any abstention? Motion carries. Committee reports. The city council met in a work session upstairs at 4 o'clock to go over our agenda. And I believe that's all the committee reports that we have as of now. So next on the agenda is Resolution 2023-49, a memorandum of understanding complete. Chief?
This is a memorandum of understanding between the police department, specifically the Troy City Jail, and One Place Family Justice Center in Montgomery. This will be the check last box for PREA compliance for our jail and our juvenile facility where we house juveniles for 72-hour period. PREA is the Prison Rape Elimination Act, and under the guidelines, one of the things we have to be compliant with is if there were to be a sexual assault or rape that occurred in our jail, that person, that victim would have to be examined by a sexual assault nurse examiner. That's a special certification that they have to have. There's no one local that does that. So the cost for this will be paid for by the Alabama Crime Victim Compensation Fund. So there will be no cost to the city should this occur. And I've been doing this 32 years with the city, and to my knowledge, we've never had a sexual assault or rape occur in our jail.
Any questions for the chief? And Mary, this does come with your blessing?
It does, yes, sir.
Would I have a motion to approve Resolution 2023-49, a memorandum of understanding for the police department?
So moved.
We have a motion by Ms. Holland. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Baker. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposition? Any abstention? Motion carries. Thank you, sir. Next up is Resolution 2023-50, declaration of surplus property for the police department.
Yes, sir. This is in reference to one of our narcotics canines, Canine Milo. Has been with us. Milo's about a little over 9 years old. He's been with us for a little over 7 years. Been a great canine. Has a lot of fines for narcotics and stuff like that to his credit. But he has recently been diagnosed with enlarged heart and has some issues with his hips. So he had reached a time where it's time for him to retire. So we would ask that y'all approve for him to go into retirement. He will go home with his hammer to enjoy his retirement.
Thank you, sir. Any questions for the chief? We'll have a motion to approve Resolution 2023-50, declaration of surplus property.
So moved.
Have a motion by Ms. Holland. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Davis. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposition? Any abstention? The motion carries. Thank you, Chief.
The chief, please express to Stephen how much we appreciate him taking care of him.
Yes, sir. And he has enjoyed that dog, and they have been, they have to be recertified every year, and they never fall. They pass certifications every year with no problems whatsoever. So, but he is more than thrilled to take him home.
Thank you.
And you hate to lose a part of the force that can't talk back to you.
That's right.
Thank you, Chief.
Yes, sir.
Next on our agenda is Resolution 2023-51, a bid award for a vehicle for the utility department. Mr. Chapman.
Yes, sir, we had need for some pickup trucks in the utility department, and it worked out with the mayor's approval and with our budget to be able to send out bids for some, the clerk's office did. And so this is for 2 electric vehicles. It's something that, as you well know, it's coming. Both car manufacturers are moving in that direction to change only to only electric vehicles. Things are being mandated, and it's something that's coming. And so we are needing some vehicles in our fleet, so we thought this would be a good opportunity for us to have some so that we can see how they work in a fleet application, how they can work here in the city, be used within our department, as well as have first-hand knowledge of the charging capabilities and what's required, how that works and all that. So we have some vehicles that we own and operate and own the chargers for, that we can help determine the future of what's coming and how we can handle not only from a vehicle perspective, but also the direct impact on our electric system. So the clerk's office sent out bids. They had 1 bid from Bill Jackson Ford for these 2 vehicles, and so these are 2 F-150 pickup trucks, and that's the bid that you got tonight. They do meet specifications. They are taking orders over the lots or over now. Not exactly sure when we'll get them. Hopefully sooner rather than later, but that is something that is in production now.
And the bids for these 2 trucks are $86,369 each.
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay. Any questions, Mr. Chandler?
You did say 2.
Yes, ma'am. That's right. And that was what was on there, that'd be, yes, ma'am.
Any other questions, Mr. Chandler? Do I have a motion to approve resolution 2023-51, a bid award for the vehicles, utility department?
So moved. Okay, second.
We have a motion by Mr. Davis, second by Ms. Holland. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Any abstention? Motion carries. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Next up is resolution 2023-52, a child nutrition program procurement plan. This is a little carryover from our ordinance, our resolution last week or 2 weeks ago that we passed. This is just a little housekeeping that the state tells us how do we go about spending money. Is that correct, Mayor?
That's correct. It's for the summer feeding program, child nutrition program, through the Alabama Department of Education. We do it every year. But there are requirements, and this is one of them. So we need to pass this so we can continue this important program.
Any other questions for the mayor concerning this? Okay, we have a motion for resolution 2023-52, child nutrition program procurement plan. Do we have a motion? Have a motion by Mr. Davis. Do we have a second?
Second.
Have a second by Mr. Baker. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposition? Any abstention? Motion carries. Thank you. Next up is resolution 2023-53, fiscal year 2024 transportation alternative set-aside program known as TAPS. Ms. Sanders.
The proposed TAP project is Academy Street sidewalk, which will consist of the construction of ADA compliant sidewalk facilities for pedestrians along the northern portion of Academy Street from Alphonsburg Drive to Elm Street, and along the southern portion of Academy Street from Alphonsburg Drive to Harrison Street. The TAP funding is based on an 80-20 match with an $800,000 max federal funds. The total estimated project cost for this project would be $1,033,316.69. If funded, this resolution allows for and authorizes the grant submission, and if funded, the state agreements and engineering contracts.
And you stated this was an 80-20 grant.
Yes.
Any questions for Ms. Sanders concerning this? And Mayor, this does come with your approval?
It does.
Okay, do we have a motion for resolution 2023-53, fiscal year 2024 transportation alternative set-aside program?
Second.
Have a motion by Mr. Baker, do I have a second? Second. Second by Mr. Davis. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposition? Any abstention? The motion carries. Thank you. Next up is ordinance 444, relating to multifamily development, extending and amending the temporary moratorium. and this will constitute our second reading on this. Ms. Sanders?
This ordinance is to extend the temporary moratorium for 4 months. This extension will give the city these months to draft, review, recommend, enact, and implement zoning amendments related to the development and or regulation of multifamily developments. This ordinance also removes the moratorium on special exceptions relating to any new or proposed single-family home on a single lot and or duplex on a single lot.
Any questions from Ms. Sanders concerning this?
4 months. So you're talking about September,
End of September.
in September.
4 months from today, correct?
4 months from
From
the
the
date
day
of
of
publication.
publication.
Okay, okay. Any other questions from Ms. Sanders? Mayor, this comes with your approval.
It does.
All in favor, or do I have a motion for ordinance 444 relating to multifamily development, extending and amending the temporary moratorium?
Second.
We have a motion by Mr. Baker, have a second by Mr. Davis. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposition, any abstention, motion carried. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Next up on our agenda is appointments, and the council does not have any appointments at this time. So next will be mayor's comments. Mayor.
I'll be brief because I know y'all have some things to do. I would just say, the city will be closed Monday for Memorial Day, which is a day that we honor men and women who died in the service of our country in the armed forces. So let's be mindful of that. Unless you'll have specific questions, that's all I have. Thank you.
Garbage pickup, trash pickup will be run on
Wednesday.
Any questions for the mayor? Any council members' comments? Ms. Oliver?
I don't have very much other than just to congratulate our 23 class senior graduates, and congratulate my little niece. She graduates tonight from kindergarten, so that's why I'm trying to.
We're going to get you there. Mr. Davis?
Echo the mayor's comments, wish everyone a good Memorial Day and a safe weekend, a long weekend. And again, Councilwoman, I appreciate the young people graduating and getting ready to move on with their lives. Also, beginning tomorrow, Troy University Baseball will be playing at the Sundale Conference at Riverwalk Stadium in Montgomery. Troy ended as number 3 seed. Their first game is tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. And then hopefully we will proceed during the rest of the week. So congratulations to them for ending with a great year in baseball.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Baker?
We had a neighborhood meeting last night for the historic district, so I'd like to thank those that attended that for your input and comments. And I concur, happy Memorial Day, congratulations to our graduates and good judgments.
And I'd also like to congratulate all the seniors who graduated this year, and I'd like to tell everybody to have a happy and safe Memorial Day. Thank you. With that, have a motion for adjournment.
I'll let Shannon.
Thank you.
14.
That's, it may not be a record, but it's top 10. It's top 10 for sure.
Yes, sir.
Everybody,